Taiwan rank number 1, Wang Yuanjun vs Chinese one of the young strong player, Ding Hao's game. They have played on the internet, they play quite often on the internet, they practiced a lot, so I can see this game today. So I'm gonna introduce you for this game. This was impressive, crazy fighting. They fought for whole board and even their reading was really amazing and you can watch together with me. Black just approached here, then white ignored. Nowadays, it's quite common. And then black just pincer. You can see that white accept double pincer. It's changed a long time compared to long time ago. And just black made this joseki. At this moment, white just attach. If white decided to choose this one, normally black has to push and until now exchange, and then white has to play the 2-space jump. And Wang Yuanjun has some great plan. He didn't exchange anything and just approach here first. After that, he exchanged until now, and he didn't connect and just tried to play the corner first. And this is one of the joseki. If black wants to fight right now, black has to cut here, and then white will Atari. And maybe he didn't want to have this fighting. White base is really good right now, the position. So if black doesn't want to fight and catch up the sente, then black can just play like this without cutting. And when white answer, and he didn't connect here, so he just split here. And this was one of his great plan. After white just capture, he is not responsible to save anything and just he split the white shape. So he is showing us how he can restrict the white influence. And Ding Hao just has to punish the black's lower side. After he exchanged this joseki, and he started to punish for this group. And this pip was making black became heavier, so it was really good move. If black just connect, then white can Kusumi. Now white can make black to just keep follow up to center, so it's a good attacking. But now Wang Yuanjun, he didn't accept. He just has pushed here, which means if black, if white just answer, then black has timing to capture this 2-stone. Black doesn't really have to respond. Black can just push and cut. Then this is gonna be ladder. Then this is much better for black. So now Ding Hao was using the 1 sente first, and then he just cut here. Starting from now, there was really crazy fighting, and black has to bother white to group at this moment, and Ding Hao just decided to capture this group. But this was not really right plan. White has to just keep strategy here, and now this reading is quite difficult. If white just connect here, there was plan, black can push and cut. And then white has to save, and then there is a good move. Black prepared, black can just stretch here. There are A and B. If white, however, take care of this 1 stone, then black can make the net. Now black is faster for 1 liberty. If white just make the Kusumi, black can cut here and capture this group. Yeah, so maybe those were reading for this one, but white had a good move. White can just block here, surround, then it's gonna be same as just now. At this moment, and white can just keep support this 1 stone, and when black try to make the net, now there is cutting. This capturing rate is faster for white, so black's best move is making the ko, and then use the ko strat, and white can even use the ko strat. So this was really crazy fighting. I don't really have an idea who will be better. Yeah. So now Ding Hao just decided to capture, but this was not right decision. If since black block here, and this is became amazing sacrifice, because now you can see that black's lower side is very good, and white even save here, and white has to capture. Just like this capturing is really attractive. After black capture, even in the future, black can try to use some sente. The move 7 is good, so white has no problem to capture for this group, but even there is such kind of some step ko as well. So the Aji will be not really clean. So white decided to connect, and black made all the sente. There is a cutting point, but right now this cut will be ladder, so white has a chance to use for this ladder breaker. But right now it doesn't work, so black can just keep go to the big place. Now the upper side was really big. And even when black approaches here, and this might be not stronger in the future, so white decided to continue to surround the center, and they keep fight here. And even this fighting was a very difficult fighting. If white just save this 3 stones, and this push is gonna be really, really painful. So if white just answer, then even black can stretch here first, yeah. So now white couldn't really accept. So now white just decided to play the knight move, and black just keep follow up to center, and even this fighting is quite difficult to handle. Then black just keep goes out, and actually now black is a little bit better. And white also used some impressive move right now, and he has played the shoulder. Yeah, this means like he is asking whether black wants to accept here. White made some war here, so now white can even decide to have a better fighting. So now black just didn't accept. He just push and cut and sacrifice and became white can bother this black's group. So this trading also quite difficult right now for both players. And now it's time to beat these 4 stones. If white just accept, black is gonna be very happy. Yeah. So even in this shape, normally most of the time white decided to attach. Then black can just make the awesome sente. So it's good for black. But now even white made some great tetsuji. He just Kosumi here, and usually this is not really working. If black just answer, it's gonna be super bad exchange. But white has a plan. Ding Hao has prepared. He can just hane here one more time and then cut here. This was really impressive move. If black just make the ladder, there is a ladder breaker. White can even sacrifice and try to trade. Yeah. So black just decided to stretch, so white can capture this 1 stone. Anyway, black still has a good influence, and now they keep starting to fight for the center. If black can make all the territory, white cannot accept. So now black just jump here. At this moment, and even Ding Hao made a very impressive tetsuji. Suddenly he attached here. At the first time, I didn't understand this meaning. Yeah, so now black just connect. Most of the time, it's not good move if black just accept. But there was a plan, white can just cut here. This was his plan. And if white cut here, black cannot really cover, then white can even capture these 4 stones. So he just decided to cut here. Just they are keep fighting for the ladder breaker. Yeah, so even the shape is not good. However, black has to cover. However, white has to make the ladder. Yeah. But actually, black just better to go out when white cut here. There is not possible to tidy, but black can use this power to move out from this 3 stone. There was a super big aji. If white just accept after black exchange, and the black can just keep jump out to the center. So it was a good move for black, and white cannot really capture the black. By third game, they were keep fighting for this ladder, like this. And then black has to stretch, and when white just tarry here, if black just answer, however, their cutting point was not really easy to cover. If black just keep answer, even now cutting might work. So finally, black decided to just defense for his cutting point, and then white capture here. I think I really want to capture this one stone in 1 second, but this was the mistake. Even you can't trust that. White better to use some much more efficient move. White can just attach, if black just step back here, still there is gonna be cutting. Black can't really cover. This one, aji is gonna be really bad. Even this is gonna be sente. So now, however, white can bother black. Even white can fix the order. Use the tetsuji, and when black answer, then white can stretch. If black just capture, then white can make sente and capture this black group. So now, when white touch, eventually black has to answer. Then white could tidy by sente, and white didn't have to spend one move and just keep trying to play at the center. This was a good move, but who can guess this is a losing move? Yeah, I really can't trust the capturing will be losing move. Wang Yuanjun catch up his chance perfectly. He didn't, maybe I'm not sure, white might expect black to answer here, but he just cannot. He made a sente and block here. Since black block here, now these 3 stones are in trouble, and even white, these 5 stones became weak group. So now white decided to go out center, but this was the super good move. He could just move out and he can just save these 4 stones. If white cannot capture this group, became white will get attacking from black. So now white just has to surround, but even this strategy was very good. In this area it's really difficult to reading. If white just cut here, then black can just go out to center, so it doesn't work. Even though white just step back here, and this is the actual game, black can just make all the sente, and even there is a cutting point. White cannot really cover. Maybe black can cut this way first. And if white just surround, black can even make this sente and connect here. This one, this 1 stone is in trouble. So now maybe black can fix the order. Black can just make the strategy first. When white answer, then black can just connect. So however, it doesn't work. So white decide to fight for the core. Black can make all the sente first. And even now white has to answer. If white just ignore, black can push and cut. So he made all the sente and then just make the call. If white just answer, then black can capture these 2 stones. So white must capture. Right now it doesn't work because white can cut and attack with these 2 stones. Black cannot really connect. So now this became the call, and when black used this call strat, white cannot really answer. If white just answer after black capture, how can white cover? Yeah, white has to even save this group and this group. Yeah, it really cannot play. So he just decided to ignore, and there was a big trading. But of course, this trading was better for black. Black just lost some point. Originally these 3 stones were captured just now, but he just gave white a little bit more stone. But this lower side was super big. So right now Wang Yuanjun is leading a lot, and Ding Hao even didn't give up. He just has to make something. These 3 stones are important, and this is relative many stones. So now black just try to make all the sente here, and then keep press this group. And then even now when white just has played the tiger's mouth, if his reading was not good enough, maybe he might just play the sacrifice like this. But even jump was a really great move. Since black just jump here, white cannot really answer. So white just has to push here, then black can even touch 1 stone. Black is connected. So I can say that it's a really dangerous situation for Ding Hao. And he made a sente. And at this moment, I was curious how white could save this group. But even he made a very great, super amazing strategy. He just kept go out to the center. However, he has to make some situation with this group. So now he just answered here. And since from now, you can see that it's amazing strategy. He made a sente. And then suddenly he just throw in 1 time and hane, and then couple times hane. If black just answer, he can make sente 1 time, make all the sente. He can challenge the call. Now we don't know who is leading for this capturing race. Actually, black is quite in danger. So Wang Yuanjun cannot save this group. So he just decided to cut, and white succeed to save this group. Capture and here. Yeah, this was also great. But the point is, after white saved this group, black can even capture this corner. So it was trading, but still the game is better for Wang Yuanjun. So you can see that final white trying is trying to capture this group. And even now, this is not easy to really save. And black just stretch and he just made a sente and then try to save this one stone Kusumi. If black just answered wrongly, then it might be captured. So now black has to play really hard to get 2 eyes, and white just try to jump here. But right now, cutting is not working because black can capture these 2 stones. You know, black can just get 2 eyes. So now white has to steer the black's eye shape, and starting from now, black has to make 1 more eye, just like, you know, there is a cutting point. So black is pressing to white to answer. In case white just answer, you know, there is all the sente. Black can make all the sente, and even though this is almost the sente, because if white doesn't answer later, black can just try to capture this 2 stone, and this is not possible. You know, even white has a weakness. So white is supposed to answer, then black can just get 1 more eye here. So even this is a good timing. He wanna cut this 5 stone, he has to delete this 1 eye by sente. So it's really understandable. And Wang Yuanjun, he cannot wait. Finally, he decided to fight with this group. Became this white group was in danger. It's really complicated. And then, of course, white has an insurance to make the call. If black just capture, then white can capture and make 2 eyes. Yeah, so they started this call as well. And now white made the sente, even black made the sente and capture. And then finally, black didn't have a cost threat, so now he just decided to push. And then suddenly, you know, if black just capture, somehow this trading is really good for white, so black just even capture here. So now white return here. Until now, it's understandable, and black just made 1 more sente. Of course, black had 1 more plan. Since white saved here, there was Aji. Even black can make the call. If white just capture, black can make 2 eyes. So white is supposed to connect, and then they can challenge for this call. And even this call is not really easy to fight. So now white used the 1 more call strat, and when white capture, black finally tried to use the last call strat, and white cannot answer anymore. And since black capture here, it became between this group and this group's capturing race. Yeah. So now white has to make more liberty, and black also made all the sente. And then black started to use the surrounding to capture the white, and white made the longer liberty. But at this moment, and when white is making longer, since black just connect here, this game finally finished, and it was a very crazy fighting. Why white resigned is when you count the liberty. Okay. Now black can make all the sente. After you make this sente, you can count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 liberties for white. But how about the black? You have to use something like that. This is a white benefit in the future. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 10 liberties. But the point is white also have to connect here 1 more time. So black has 11 liberties. So black is faster for 2 liberties right now. So white decided to resign. Yeah. This game was a very crazy fighting. Even I can feel that they are crazy reading skill. Yeah. So even when they were fighting for the ladder breaker, and even in the beginning, the lower side, and even left-hand side, and at the center, the upper side, even here, white reading was very good. Even the blacks was leading the game. Yeah. So yeah, it was really impressive. Yeah. So they are practicing a lot. If you get in on the internet, folks, you can see quite often. Yeah, they practice many times. I think almost every day. Yeah. Okay, today I just wanted to share with you one of the really exciting fighting, and yeah, I can feel that really impressive as well. Okay, everybody, please support those 2 players, and I'm gonna prepare more interesting game next time. Thank you very much. See you guys next time. Please like and subscribe.